That makes sense. Okay, thank you, Luna. Then that seems like a bad... that seems like a bad fire extinguishing method, doesn't it? I guess theoretically, I don't know, because I don't know. Anyway, whatever, that's not worth it. That's not worth the time, okay.
It might be the poison's fault they let go of the spear, but the actual cause of death could be either one.
Even so, the poison is what caused him to let go of the spear.
That's right! Nagito's killer is the one who made him breathe the poison!
Are you fucking serious?
You know what? I think I'm okay with it. And here's why. Because Monokuma's rules are fucked up. They're always fucked up. I don't think that this person counts as an accomplice because they weren't working together, right? So I get that. That's fine. I understand that. The fact that Monokuma just considers it to be the killer, whoever threw the one that had the poison in it, is a very Monokuma thing to do. It's a very, like, loophole in the rules, loophole in the circumstances. I might not agree with it personally, but that's not to say that I agree with all of Monokuma's other values. You know what I mean? Yeah, I get it. Yeah, Luna, if you were extinguishing yeah, if you were using it to extinguish a fire on, like, a different kind of surface. I'm just thinking about how other shit catches fire all the time, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm just thinking about, like clothes or... it doesn't matter. The curtain is a great example. Yeah, so how are they gonna figure out who it was?
All along.
How could they possibly figure out who this
Even
is?
the wounds all over his body. It was all to mess with the evidence for what actually happened. His true goal was creating a murder that nobody can solve.
To prove a point?
He wanted to prove to us that there are mysteries that just can't be solved with educated guesses.
He counts the final blow, not what brought it up. Yeah, I think that's the most concise way of saying that. I agree. I'm not saying I agree with him, but I agree with you, Monkwave. I think that's exactly what it is. And that's why it's supposed to be so fucked up. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's the whole point. The whole point is it's supposed to be frustrating because you don't want it to be true because it doesn't... It's not the same as killing someone in cold blood, you know what I mean? But I guess the whole point is that doesn't matter to Monokuma or the future fucking whatever they're called. Future company. Future Incorporated. There's cameras everywhere. That's probably the logic they were going with. Oh, okay. Yeah, I could follow that.
He probably expected that his fake suicide would be found out. After all, a mystery that can be solved is destined to be solved in the end.
You could say that.
However, he also prepared a mystery that couldn't be solved. As you solve mysteries and bolster your hope, a huge mystery comes along and slaps you in your faces.
The toughest one yet.
For those of you who believe there are no unsolvable mysteries, that is when you
So Nagito's whole MO is to just make things as desperate as possible in order to make hope work harder to shine through.
Meaning,
stronger hope.
He used all of the prior class trial verdicts to prepare this trick. Not all mysteries can be solved. Such a devious trick he played on you, as expected of Nagito.
It's a very Nagito way to go.
That's totally messed up. That's so fucked up.
It is.
It is my fault, because I told you all about the fire grenades.
No.
I am so sorry. Please vote me as the killer.
Nah.
That's not the fucking issue here.
Immediately 10 out of 10 pissed off.
It's not Miss Sonia's fault. This is all Nagito's doing.
But what should we do? How can we even figure out who the killer is?
Yeah, I don't know where they're gonna go with this one.
Impossible?
Nagito wanted to create a scenario where we could make a decision. That's why we're at an impasse.
However, Monokuma also does not know who the killer is, right?
That's right. There's no way he'd be able to figure that out with just his surveillance cameras. If Monokuma doesn't know, this trial doesn't count. Isn't that right?
You know, I don't actually need stuff like cheap-ass surveillance cameras or whatever.
Well.
I know perfectly well what's happening on this island at all times.
We're just going with a little bit of a supernatural theme.
I know you.
Nagito is so fucking big, ginormous brain, IQ 9000.
Visits seemed to take
Definition of galaxy brained.
up. I will never be
How will I ever
clean.
become queen if everyone knows I poop?
How can you? I'm so jealous. I mean, how
Ew.
can you have such an awful power?
Going to vomit.
So, of course this trial still counts. Do your very best to guess who the killer is.
What?
Yes, he says. How the hell are we supposed to do that?
And we're not all gonna
Giving up all we
agree.
can do?
No.
No. It's too early to give up.
Is there any way to figure out who the killer is?
Even though it's just a hunch, it's possible that it's probably... There's one way.
Oh,
I think.
what? What, Chiaki? Oh
Really?
no. What? I don't think I'm gonna like it.
Is it alright if we look at Nagito's crime one more time from the beginning? I want to make sure my hunch is correct. Hajime, please.
Even though I don't know who killed Nagito, it should be clear what kind of trap he set. Then I have to do it, even if it leads to despair.
Got it. Let's do this then.
Rocky, stop. She's just licking the couch mindlessly. Love how she asks Hajime. Yeah, it is actually really cute. She's just like, yeah, none of you other fuckers can do this. Hajime, can you draw your mango real quick? Your manga? Alright, so he's in there looking bored as fuck. Oh, he brought the bottle back to his house. That makes more sense, obviously. He's in the fridge. Okay, puts the stuff on. That's that picture. Yeah, we don't have any of those things yet. That's a fucking sick picture. I love the art, the way the art is done in this. Comes back, he puts it away. And then he comes and talks to everybody about the bombs. They all go find the bombs. He sets up the panels. I would guess he puts the oil lighter down next. Sets up the thematic music. Very, very cool. Very fun. Sets up the spear. And then... ties his... okay. Ties his legs. Monokuma doll ready to go. Wow, this is nuts to actually look at this whole thing play out. No, that doesn't seem right. God. I don't know, man. Oh. So he just slammed his hand into it. Like an absolute fucking maniac. Alright, so the fire explodes as this all happens. This is just... oh, that's the fireworks. Who's hugging who here? None of that's that. Oh. His video. They go, they see the fire, they go get the grenades, they come, they throw it, it shatters. You know that's so to try to cop a feel on Sonya. Gundam would have been doing us all a favor if he decided to kill Nagito instead of Nekomaru. Yeah, pretty upsetting he decided to choose Nekomaru. I understand why, because the dude literally had an off button, but, you know. So this happens, the poison spreads, he starts to pass, and lets go of the rope. And then that's it. Alright. It's going back. A nighty-night button, right? Alright. God, I'm so sad. My boy. This one. Okay. Does the thing, pours on. It's not one of those. Comes and takes it and... nope, don't have that. Right? Alright, we don't have that one right now. Oh yeah, the duct tape. Oh, it doesn't go there? Oh, here. So that when he stabbed his own hand, he wouldn't shriek. Or be hurt, at least. Okay, this panel's all done. Takes the lid off. You couldn't have put the lid in a different garbage can. Maybe that was on purpose. I think it was all on purpose, actually. Mixes it in with all the fire grenades. Okay. Is that his left hand? Yeah. Okay. And then, the spear. Oh, this is what he let go. Man!
Here's everything that happened in this case. The person who actually arranged
Technically,
this
it doesn't
incident
matter what
was
clues he left behind
the
anyway. Maybe
victim,
that's why he threw it in there.
Nagito
That's true.
Komaeda.
Oh man, it's just about to be
He
sad.
kept a specific item inside
Why did
his
he have to
cottage
do
that he needed for his
this?
plan.
He really didn't have to.
Monokuma's special poison, which he brought with him from the Octagon.
Banger music alert.
Using the gloves and gas mask that he got from the
I
military
guess it did
base,
matter what evidence he left behind, though, because that was what helped us to figure out, to prove that he opened one of them already, right? The lid. Right. Oh, he got them from the military base. They did sell gas masks at the gas
Nagito
station,
swapped
though,
the
didn't they?
contents of
Or
a fire
the
grenade
convenience
he took
store?
from the plushie factory break room with that poison.
It's still a god.
When he did that, a specific item was left as evidence.
Oh, yeah,
The
but
blue
even now with that,
aluminum
we
seal
still don't
on the
know who
grenade.
actually did. Yeah.
With that, Nagito finished making the poisoned fire grenade, took it with him to the factory,
These are some of my
and put
favorite
it back
parts
with
of
the rest of the
the
grenades in the break room.
game, definitely.
The
It's
next
satisfying to
morning,
watch
Nagito
everything
appeared
play out. The
before us
art is
and
really
declared
cool, the
that he
music
hid
is
a bomb
cool.
somewhere.
Feels good to hear the whole story just told to you and you piece everything together, like literally. It's pretty great.
While we were looking for the bomb, that's when Nagito headed over to the goods warehouse.
And that's why he had the video thing set up.
In order to set up a fire, Nagito arranged the Monokuma panels in a line going from the door to the curtain and placed an oil lighter in front of it. From there, Nagito set his insane plan in motion. First, he hung the spear that he took from Nezumi Castle from the ceiling girder by its cord. Then he tied his arms and legs at the back of the warehouse with rope. However, he burnt off the rope on his right arm beforehand. In doing so, he made sure that only his right hand was free, while his remaining arm and legs were tied up.
This was also extra, though. He could have just done the fire poison and called it a day. All the other torture stuff just shows he's a freak. It's true. He really wanted to get his point across. He really wanted it to look like a crime of passion, as I said. He wanted it to be like, look, see, someone totally murdered me viciously. Nope, just kidding. I want you to think it was a suicide. Nope, just kidding. Actually, I want you to be able to figure out that one of you guys threw the grenade and you can't figure it out who it is. Nah, got you. His whole motive is just like, nah, in your face. I'm so smart. You're not.
As he gripped the tip of the rope hanging over the ceiling girder with his left hand, he lay down face up, just beneath the dangling spear. But this was just the beginning of Nagito's plan. And then, he did something no one could have predicted.
Because it was so extra, so over the
First,
top,
he covered his mouth with duct
so
tape,
additional.
and after making sure he was unable to scream, he stabbed himself with the knife multiple times in his left arm and in both of his thighs.
Jesus.
Finally, he propped
God,
the
look
knife
at
on
the
plushie
look at
and
the
slammed his right
ferocity in
hand
his
onto the
eyes
blade.
in the panel where he's throwing his hand down. Jesus.
He didn't just want us to think he was tied up. He also wanted us to think he'd been tortured. Through all this, Nagito never let go of the spear. His plan still wasn't over. In fact, it was just about to
kind of
begin.
a badass. I'm gonna say it. Yeah, he's way too into this.
Meanwhile, we finally
No,
arrived
this is a
at
kid
the
who
plushie
needed
factory and found
some
Nagito's
additional
message.
resources.
After seeing his message, we instantly made our way to the warehouse. But that was part of Nagito's plan. We opened the door to the warehouse. which
Jigsaw in
inadvertently
another
started the
universe.
Monokuma panel domino effect.
Jigsaw if he was a teenage boy.
The panels fell one after another until they reached the lighter, tipped it over, and ignited the curtain. Shocked by the sudden fire, we rushed to the factory's break room to obtain some fire-extinguishing grenades.
I mean, everything worked out. To his credit,
We then aimed
every
for the
single
fire's origin
detail
point,
worked out
which was
exactly
the
how he
curtain,
planned it,
and
unlike
unloaded the
every other
entire
murder.
supply.
So, you know, I mean...
It never occurred to us that one of those grenades was the poison grenade that Nagito had prepared.
Swoosh.
The poison sank to the floor, instantly vaporizing due to the intense heat, and spread everywhere.
You
The
see the
poison
little
gas
flicker
quickly
of light in
drifted
his
to the curtain
eyes?
at the back of
Goddamn.
the warehouse, where Nagito was.
Oh, 100% this dude was, like, laughing while this was going on. He was absolutely, like, thinking to himself, like, finally, I'm serving a purpose.
Also, Monokuma's poison
Some
has
weird
a unique
monologue
quality
about
in which
how-
it becomes heavier than air when vaporized.
He's not worth whatever. He finally delivered whatever. Something, something hope. Something, something despair. Something, something useless student like me. You know.
That poison gas completely surrounded the area where
Excuse
Nagito lay
me.
face up on the floor. There, Nagito inhaled the poison, and if it didn't instantly kill him, he certainly lost consciousness. Which caused him to let go of the rope in his left hand. And the falling
God.
spear plunged into his stomach.
Nagito do be kind of metal, though.
This is all the information related to Nagito's plan. His true intention was to set one of us up as the killer. At this time, we still don't know who the killer is, because the killer wasn't aware they killed someone.
He is a madman, but just saying.
Try as
At
we
least
might, we
his plan
cannot reach
worked.
that truth. That was Nagito's trap. In conclusion, the fact that we can't determine the killer's identity
Means we're all the killers. Say it. I killed Nagito. No, I killed Nagito. No, I did. I broke the dam.
This should be the truth behind Nagito's trap.
God.
How about it, Chiaki? Will that help you figure out who the killer is? Chiaki?
I don't know, man. I don't know where she's going with this.
Just as I thought. It's impossible, isn't it?
You say we just have to vote for someone?
What Hajime
I
said
don't
is
know.
probably true.
I don't know.
That's part of the reason why I thought it was a little strange. Did Nagito really not care who the killer was?
Yeah, I don't know where she's going either, man.
He said this to us earlier.
It's going to be fine. I'm pretty sure everything will work out in the end. Okay, I know he's crazy, but I do feel kind of bad for him right there. I will say that. I just... Alright, I'm dropping it. He's just a little guy! Okay, after all, there's no way Hope can lose. How long do you think it took him to plan this? A pretty long time, but not as long as you would think. That's my guess. Absolute hope that can break through any despair can never lose in a place like this. See, that's what I'm thinking. This makes more sense to me. Him just straight up killing himself to be like, haha, fuck you guys, now you're all gonna die. That didn't make sense with his character to me. That's what I was on about before. You know what I mean? Just doesn't make sense. This is more, this is what I'm feeling. I'm like, nah, he really thought he was doing something. I believe in you all. I believe in the time we spent together. Goddamn.
He believed we'd notice the fire grenades. He believed we'd try to extinguish the flames. And he believed we'd fall into his trap. By believing in us, Nagito was able to put his life-threatening plan into effect.
What do you mean, believe?
And what's wrong with that?
There's one more thing, remember? Something that Nagito,
Nagito,
believed
best
in from
boy.
the bottom of his
Monkwave,
heart.
we're the same, you and I.
I want you to try to remember what that is.
I see!
Yeah, the luck.
Nagito believed in his talent as the ultimate
Good setup with the whole Russian roulette thing, so that we would remember that and be like, no, this dude really believes in his luck. He really does. After all the time we spent together, I believe in you guys, and more than anything, I believe in my ultimate luck. So it's definitely gonna be alright.
Guess the last thing he could believe
Woof.
in was his own talent.
That's not so strange, really. Most of us here have been relying on the same thing.
True. Yeah, and for good reason, since apparently it always works. Yeah, agreed.
But
I mean,
in his case,
he's not wrong.
it was pretty remarkable.
He's
wasn't
wrong
it?
about a lot of things, but he wasn't wrong
almost
about
seemed like
that.
he had blind faith in it.
You're right. The same thing happened when he cleared the final dead room at the funhouse.
It wasn't life-threatening at all. It was just a little escape game that ended with some Russian roulette. It's a game where you load one bullet in the gun, spin the cylinder, point it towards you, pull the trigger. So you really did it. So that's how you're supposed to play it. Would have been fine if I only used one bullet, huh? Guess it was just as Monami said. I misunderstood and thought I had to take one bullet out of the cylinder, so that's how I did it. He only had a 1 in 6 chance of surviving. But I'm still alive after all. The only good thing about me is how lucky I am. And he did the same thing when the first killing happened at the old building near the hotel. He depended on his luck and was able to get cleaning duty just as he wanted. The ultimate badass. That's right. Just trusted my luck. Just trusted I'd be picked for cleaning duty. Aw, Teru. It's not just luck. It's my true talent. It's true my talent is trash, but I'm still the ultimate lucky student, you know? I'm left with a red mark? For someone called the ultimate lucky student, you certainly don't seem very lucky right now. At the time, Hajime said I wasn't lucky, but it was actually the opposite. I was lucky! That's why I got picked for cleaning duty just like I wanted.
But his luck doesn't have anything to do with the case this time, right?
What? I wouldn't say that.
It was strange that it doesn't connect to anything.
Well, okay.
factored
Jumping to
in his
conclusions a
belief
little
in
bit. That's
us.
okay. That's okay.
But for some reason, he didn't factor in his own luck.
Huh.
No, there's no way. I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about.
That's true. She makes a good point.
What did he do?
You know, he wasn't just after anybody.
Yeah, well, there we go. Called it, Monkwave.
He probably had a target.
Yeah,
a target
the traitor.
he was aiming for all along.
Yep, I think you nailed it,
A person to set
Monkwave.
up as the killer.
A target?
Monkwave, have you played these games and you're just lying to me? Because you called the Gundam thing and you called this now, too.
The target's true identity. Even Nagito didn't know it. That's why he relied on being the ultimate lucky student, and incorporated that luck into his plan. As long as he had his luck, he believed the target he was after would pick up the fire grenade.
You mean
I mean,
he left his plan to luck?
It's kinda genius. It's kinda good. It's kinda good.
He probably risked his life just so his ultimate luck could decide this.
Who is it? Who's the target Nagito was after?
The traitor.
See,
The traitor.
that's it. The traitor.
Torium.
Nagito was after the traitor, huh?
Say in all
relied
caps,
on
the
his
traitor,
luck
you
to
dumbass.
weed out the
Imagine
traitor?
Hajime just starts yelling at Chiaki. Yeah, like literally, who else? Who do
Nagito
we
didn't
literally?
know who the
We all
traitor
thought
was
we were
until
gonna
the very
die
end.
because he was gonna blow up the
All he
entire
could do was
island
rely on his
looking
own
for the
luck.
traitor. I don't feel like Chiaki had to ask that.
Then, what he said in his
I want to
video
slap
message.
Hajime. Yeah, I'm a little I'm a little on the fence about Hajime. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I like him more than Makoto, and then other times I'm like, do I? Imagine if Nagito just didn't even care about the traitor and set it up just to be like Hajime because he hates him. He just decided like, damn, fuck this reserve student. I want him out. It won't work with just any student handbook. If you want to disarm that bomb, you have to use the traitor student handbook. To be honest, I found out who the traitor was after secretly monitoring activity. Boo, we hate your talentless ass. Boo, we hate the non-ultimate. I was a little annoyed that they never came forward.
So he was just bluffing.
Yeah, of course.
That's probably true. By that point, his plan should have already been in motion.
So then why do that? Is he just, like, really over the top? Is that really what this is coming down to? Maybe just to make people spend more time. Maybe just to make them be there for longer. That's probably what it was. To be like, oh, the traitor, and then, you know, they're not going to step forward, you know? And then everyone's just going to stand around and be like, well, do something! Yeah. If we just believed in what Nagito said, we would have reached the answer much quicker. The reason this took so damn long was it really because we didn't believe in him? That's what I was trying to say. That's what I was trying to say earlier, that these kids are focusing on the wrong aspect of this lunatic. Are you playing one of the characters? So we're this guy. We're Hajime. He's like the main character. This is the guy we're playing as.
But if he just wanted
Sonia,
to
you're up. I
traitor,
think you're the most
he didn't
sus.
have
Just
to go this
deciding.
far and make
Just
that
decide. You know
person
what?
the killer.
Akane, I don't like that face. You're sus. Defend yourself. What if you've been killing everyone all along? Could you imagine? If we just unreliable narrator this shit? What if he just wanted to out the traitor? Oh, if he just wanted to out the traitor, he didn't have to go this far.
Damn it! We're all in a huge bind because of that.
It means he wants us to beat the traitor.
By finding out who the traitor is, our hopes will shine even brighter by overcoming that despair.
See? Look. My feelings get hurt easily. Alright? I feel I'm justified in what I said about Nagito.
That's something he'd say.
Yeah, it would absolutely kill me if Soda was the traitor. I'm not down for this. Yeah, Soda's not smart enough to be a traitor. I agree.
Mon ami, it looks like you've got something you want to say. But you better just keep your mouth shut.
Monami has not helped us at all, except for quote-unquote beating up all the Mana Beasts every time.
And that concludes my argument.
Well, that doesn't help us too much, now does it?
Nagito's plan was to make the traitor kill him. What are you gonna do? Are you guys gonna believe me?
Well, this isn't really about believing you. It just doesn't. How does that help us unless the traitor comes forward, and they haven't this whole time? So, I mean, he relied on his luck to aim for a target, but he didn't even know who he was aiming for. Sounds way too unbelievable to have actually happened, but okay, after everything you've been through in the past, like, whatever, 2 weeks, however long this has been. Yeah, who cares if we believe you? What good does that do us? Yeah.
If we don't, we'd just be relying
You're very
on our
sweet,
luck
but we
when
don't need to
cast
believe
our
you, dear.
votes.
But even if we do believe, what should we do?
Yeah, how does that get us any closer?
If we don't know who the target is, there's no way we can even vote.
So
You
now
are
we just have to decide who
absolutely
we
right.
think the traitor is.
It is hard to think the traitor would reveal themselves now.
The thing is, you would think, okay, either... Because they're gonna die either way, right? The traitor. They either get figured out, and they get executed, or they don't get figured out, and everyone votes for the wrong person, and then everyone dies. Except for the traitor. Oh no, they wouldn't die, because they're the murderer in this case. Okay, well, yeah, then they're definitely not gonna come forward, right?
If, by chance, the traitor revealed themselves during that bomb scare, what would have happened?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Nagito would not have killed himself. So, okay, so he did this as like a... He did this to try to reveal the traitor. Not quite as heroic as Gundam, but he tried.
Stop Nagito from acting so reckless?
Huh?
But they couldn't help it. Even if they wanted to reveal themselves, they couldn't do it because they weren't created to do that.
What do you mean?
Chiaki?
What's wrong, Chiaki? Get a hold of yourself.
Is it Monami? Because that doesn't count. That, or is it
That's
Chiaki?
I want you guys
I
to
don't
guess.
understand. We still haven't talked about that whole diary
You want us
thing.
to guess?
Yeah, I want you to guess.
What? What does that mean?
I don't like this.
Who do you think it is, Hajime? Who do
Fucking
you think the Future Foundation sent to infiltrate your group as the traitor?
your group?
Why?
A traitor who's not allowed to think that they're different from everyone else.
A traitor who's not allowed to think that they're different from it. Yeah, Frankie, yeah, great logic there. If if it's designed to kill the traitor and Nagito's the one who died, Nagito's the traitor, case closed. Traitor who's not allowed to think that they're different from everyone else. Not allowed to think. What?
Why?
A traitor who can only interact with everyone as a traitor.
Why?
Because that's the nature of their existence. They can only exist as a traitor.
Seriously, why?
Who do you think is the traitor?
Is Monami allowed to be the traitor? Is it Chiaki? Because I thought that was weird how... The thing that made me think it was Chiaki last stream was when we were looking at Monami's diary, and quote-unquote Monami's diary, but then we figured out that she can't write. And the stuff that she was writing about, she wrote about the funhouse thing, how Hajime tried to go into the final dead room, but she stopped him. But she was the only one there. And Monami made it sound like she can't watch what everyone's doing. I don't know. Yeah, the seriously why got me.
Hajime, please.
Don't look at me like that. Oh, Hajime. No, are they really gonna make me guess? Can I choose Monami? Okay. Oh no.
It's you?
Oh no. Oh
Chiaki,
no.
you were the traitor?
Well, you know, to be fair, I mean, that is the person who I guessed, so it's not totally random.
Please, hold on.
Monami, if you have something to say,
you totally
fucking
guessed
say it.
right.
Oh no.
Just as expected. Yep, you're correct.
I don't like that.
I'm the traitor.
I don't like
The
this.
agent sent by the Future Foundation to hide among you all is me.
Okay. This is nonsense. Why does this make sense?
Chiaki, are you being serious right now?
Chiaki is the traitor? That is a lie, right? Surely you must be joking.
I'm trying to think of anything else that lines up with that.
I'm sorry. It's the truth.
Alright, hold on. I need to reposition. Hold on. I'm in thinking mode. Alright, what? Explain.
Hey, what are you saying
I'm
sorry
demanding an
for?
explanation.
What does this mean? You... Up till now...
So why has she been the
You've
one
been
who's been helping us
tricking
solve
us?
everything this whole time? I guess it doesn't matter to her if we solve the murders or not, if the point is for everyone to kill each other, right? Not that they all just get wiped out at the same time, because like we said earlier, Monokuma wouldn't want to kill everybody all at the same time because that would be boring. So if this is still a TV show like it was in the first one...
What? We were not tricked! After all, we have been working together all this time. Chiaki, being a traitor, being a member of that horrifying Future Foundation, that is obviously a lie!
Please, wait. The Future Foundation isn't what you think it is.
Okay, either everyone needs to let Monami speak, or she needs to actually say what she's trying to say. I can't figure out which one is happening, but...
Shut the fuck up! We're talking to Chiaki!
There's the answer.
No, I have nothing more to say.
Oh my god.
Why?
'Cause we
Monkwave, I
already know the
officially think
killer's
you're
true
lying. I think you
identity.
played this game and you're just telling me that you haven't, so that you look really galaxy brained.